Hello, friends of the nature, friends of the planet. I want to show you a presentation about technologies for a sustainable future concerning energy. We see the nature which we are loving a lot. We see also the pollution from power stations like here, which is threatening the nature and our future. There are really many problems at the moment, but I see there are also many solutions as well. There are some questions. This fish is a salmon, and how he can go in the sweet water about 3,200 kilometers upstream in the Yukon River, for example, this one, the king salmon, without eating any food. It's a lot of energy is necessary to go upstream. And he's able to do that, but he's not eating anymore. Where the energy is coming from? We have a Arctic tern. That's this bird, which looks really beautiful, and he's going to 20,000 kilometers with almost no food. 20,000 kilometers, and do we really think that the energy from his body is enough to go this large distance? I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. Or we see this man working very hard here, and Professor Klaus Tucho, he calculated that the food he's eating is less energy than the work he's doing. Yeah, if you calculate the kilocalorie of the food he's eating, it is not compatible to the high output of his work, what he's doing. That's interesting questions. And what we see, the nature has no energy problem. They only have a water problem and food problem. But the energy problem is not really a problem for the animals and for the trees. It's not a problem. What we see that energy is the most serious problem at the moment. Many conflicts are based on energy, war, etc. 7 million people die every year from polluted air due to energy production, due to energy conversion. Also, we know that a lot of trees are cut for energy, for cooking, for heating, with dramatic consequences for the planet. If we have a clean and cheap energy, a lot will change. A lot will change. Yeah, the climate change can be reduced. The mass extinction of species, which is a big problem, as a consequence of that, also will hopefully reduce. And with this energy, it's also possible the water problem to reduce this big problem, because we can do from seawater, if we have enough energy, we can produce sweet water for our irrigation systems, but also for drinking. It's a matter of transportation, and for transportation we need energy. So if we have free energy, let's say free energy or cheap energy, this problem can be reduced. That's a second one. The food, by vertical agriculture, also the food problem could be reduced. Yeah, for example, we can go to vertical farming. I can show you a picture about vertical farming. Here we can see it. It's like in a factory that we go in different layers by illumination, LED illumination, and we can have a multiple output of food if you have enough energy, and we can make this vertical farming. Also, energy is expensive for poor people. That means poverty. Yeah, the poverty can be reduced if the energy is more cheap. Poor people have more opportunities to make production and pay few for the energy and to have a better life. All in all, environment, as we have seen already, will also be affected by energy. If we have good energy, sustainable energy, which is not polluting the environment, we will have the environment problem also not solved, but at least reduced. This is Nikola Tesla from Serbia, and he said something very interesting. Before many generations pass, our machines are powered by a force that is available throughout our universe. Energy is everywhere in space. If this energy is kinetic, and we know this certainly, then it is only a matter of time that mankind successfully connects this energy technology to the actual natural wheels. This sounds very good. Connect our energy to the actual natural energy wheels. Are there natural wheels, energy wheels? I don't know. Maybe we will see later on, but this is quite old when he was saying this. So he was convinced that we have energy in abundance, that energy is not a problem. And it's also a long time ago that he was saying this sentence. Okay, this is a spiritual approach to this topic. We see the sun. The sun is huge compared with the earth. The earth is quite tiny. And do we really believe that the energy which is coming from the sun day and night will not be sufficient for the earth? I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I think the sun is sending more energy day and night to the earth than we ever will need. It's only a matter to use it. Yeah. Okay, this is a very spiritual approach. 90% of the people of the earth, they believe that there is a God existing who made all, a good engineer. Yeah, he has many names. And at the end, when all was finished, he said, sorry, I forget about the energy. I forget about the energy. Sorry, sorry, sorry. I don't believe that. I think their energy is integrated part of the nature. Yeah, that there is not really an energy problem. I think it's integrated, and we only need to find it. We get a lot of photons from the sun, but these photons we can use only in the daytime. They pass the universe invisible. We don't see them through the vacuum. And by solar panels, we can use this energy from these photons. But in the night, there is nothing else. There is no like photon, something else which is coming from the sun. I think there is something. And I think we have an idea that it's a neutrino. That the neutrinos, they are sent as well from the sun and maybe also from the universe to have energy in the night. I'm not sure, but I believe that the neutrinos will send us energy in abundance day and night. We will see. But let's say the energy of neutrinos is not existing. If we're only using solar power, we can see Africa and the Sahara. This space in here, this big space, if we make solar panels or solar thermal systems in this area, we have enough energy for the whole world. So it's just this little space in the Sahara, which is not used, is enough energy for the whole world. This small space of the Sahara will be enough for Europe, for the complete energy in Europe, private and industrial. Okay, this small one for Germany, and we can see the same one for Africa. So we are using a lot of energy in Germany. Okay, but this is very interesting. Yeah, there's a lot of sun coming, and we have technologies, power to gas or high voltage DC transmission to bring this energy to Europe. Okay, let's go. This was a plan. It was called Desert Tech. Desert Tech was a plan for many companies to make a system in these Arabic countries and African countries here with solar, with wind power, with biomass, with hydropower, integrated system to supply all Europe by energy coming from the countries where more or less the oil is coming now. We see also Saudi Arabia is integrated, so it will be a subsequent business for Saudi Arabia and many other countries that they produce energy by the sun, they convert it to gas, power to gas, or they directly send it to Europe. But somehow this project was cancelled. Somehow it was cancelled. Yeah, we can investigate why it was cancelled, but now we have a critical situation concerning energy and the climate change, which is very closely related to the energy topic. The total cost for solar decreased drastically a lot. We can see the prices go down. This is 2013. It's still going down. So the solar panels are quite cheap now, quite cheap. Yeah, and they have a lot of advantages. It's unlimited free energy resource. It protects the environment, the energy from solar. You have energy autonomy. You can remote. You have energy everywhere, also remotely. It's almost maintenance free, and you can earn money by selling energy. There are much more arguments for solar. The cost factor compared to oil has been improved by 5.355. It's not percent, by the factor of 5.355. That means the solar energy coming from solar, it's going compared to oil, it's much more affordable. Yeah, if you compare, let's say, a normal car with biofuel and a combustion engine, buy a car running by electricity and solar, the solar and electric version is 500 times more efficient. 500 times more efficient. That means it's really stupid. It's crazy that we are using biofuel and combustion engines if we can have it much more efficient if we have solar and electric cars. Because in biofuel we harvest once a year or maybe 2 times a year we harvest. For electric, for solar, we harvest every day. Every day we get the energy from the sun. Let's say if there is not a rainy season, if it's not night, so we have gaps where we have no energy, but storing energy is a topic later on. We have good technologies nowadays for storing the energy. Okay, we've solar is decentralized. We've seen that already, but solar energy is already more cheap than diesel to generate electricity. It's cheaper than kerosene, more cheap than kerosene to get heat and light. It's more cheap solar energy than oil for desalinate of seawater. There is a solar powered system for desalinate seawater, and it's more affordable. It's more cheap to go now by solar. Also in small projects, the solar version is much cheaper than having a generator for power supply. This is the source of this information. This is a very easy system to generate solar power. You just have an inverter here. You directly connect to the switch, to the plug, and that's it. And then at the end, your energy cost will be more low. It will go down, and you have no batteries. You have nothing, but you can make this system also in the cities if you have some space where you can mount the solar panel to have your energy costs reduced. This is a complete system for a house, for family. Let's say for the family, you have the solar panels, we have the charge controller, a junction box here, a battery, an inverter. To invert the battery, to change the battery from 12 volt or 24 volt to 220 volt or 110 volt, and then you can have the energy from the sun. So simple, so easy, and it's working 20 years. The solar panels, they have a guarantee of 20 years that they have their performance for 20 years. The batteries, they have to be changed maybe, let's say, after 12 to 15 years, depending from the quality, but all in all, it's CO2 free. It's sustainable energy resource. There are some types of batteries we have specific for solar, but the better ones is this one. The lead battery is called OPZS battery. This lifetime of this battery is 12 to 15 years. Yeah. And the last time the lithium batteries are coming up, they have better performance, but still they are more expensive than the lead batteries. But the future might be the lithium batteries for storing the energy. Okay, there are some devices to extend the lifetime of the battery. One is megapulses. With megapulses, these stationary batteries, the lifetime can be increased, because in the car of this battery they are shaken, yeah, and that's good for the battery for against sulfation. But we don't have this if you have it stationary. So in this case, it's better to have this megapulse to extend the lifetime of the lead battery. This is for the lead batteries. There is a high efficient battery charging. Yeah, it's from somebody from Uruguay. And if you make the pulse charging of batteries, of lead batteries, it's much more efficient, the charging. You need less energy to charge the battery in this way. Yeah, there is everywhere you have these links, and also there is a paper for download where you have all these links, and you can go more in detail by looking this documentation for this presentation. What is also very interesting is the redox flow battery. The redox flow battery consists of two liquids. We have two liquids with vanadium redox accumulator type. They have vanadium compounds in this liquid and two pumps. And this can be huge tanks or also in the mountain, let's say holes or caverns in the mountain, to make huge batteries, redox flow batteries with a good performance, and they have a lot of advantages, as you can see here in this list. This is a small system for a redox flow battery. That means the energy is stored in liquids, and it has a lot of advantages, especially if you go in big size for saving huge quantities of energy. Okay, this is a green rock saltwater energy storage, also a very good option for storing energy, for storing the power you get from the solar. But that's not all. There are many more batteries available nowadays for storing the energy. But I don't want to waste too much time with it, because now it's a very interesting new topic: free energy. If you have free energy, then we don't need batteries. Then this topic is obsolete. Do we have free energy? Is there energy? Let's take a look at a small film. Nice music, yeah? Okay, we see here, let's say a magnet generator. Somebody is starting this generator manually. And what we see here, it's neodymium magnets. And here are some coils. And here are some, let's say, some electronic. Yeah, it's a little bit tricky, this device, a little bit tricky. And we see the lamps are on. That means there is a generator in this device, in this magnet generator, which is generating energy. Yeah, and now he's putting this device around in the room. We see no battery. Yeah, I don't see any battery. And he's putting it on the floor, and it still continues to produce energy. The light is still on. Yeah, and now it starts to get magic. Yeah, because normally, if there is no battery, if there is no energy flow to the system, it should stop. Yeah, but it doesn't stop. It continues, it continues, it continues. Yeah, that means there must be somehow energy coming to this device. I'm right? I think so. Yeah, if it doesn't make any tricks, yeah, then this device is able to collect energy from the space, from the environment here, and convert it to rotation energy. Convert it to rotation energy. We don't know. Maybe he makes some tricks. I don't know. Maybe we have some other people who do the same. Let's go ahead. This guy, Mr. Patrick Kelly, he wrote a big book with 2,555 pages about this kind of systems, about free energy. I don't know whether he's wasting his time to make such long book only about rubbish, about things which are not existing. Maybe yes, maybe no. I don't think that. I don't think that. There are many examples. He make very good work about units, about free energy. You can download it for free, this book, and make your experience. Okay, let's go ahead. Mr. Friedrich Lülling is from Germany, and at the 8th of February 1966, that's a long time ago, he made a film in the television. And here the film, it's we call it UEFA Wochenschau. That was a news in Germany. Yeah, the everyday's news. And we go to a little bit further on. And we see here he's showing his magnetic generator. Yeah, he was showing a magnet generator already in television, which was working. And now he explained it, how it's working. Let's go a little bit. Here we can see there is a short picture from this magnet generator. Yeah, here we can see it and explaining how it works. Yeah. And it was an official presentation that everybody can see it, that it was working without tricks. And what he was doing, he has also neodymium magnet. No, not neodymium magnets. He has normal magnets, and at specific positions, he moved the magnet backwards. Yeah, and it is by this technology, or in this way, he was able to generate a rotation, a continuous rotation, but there was a movement of the magnet at specific points. He was moving the magnet backwards. But we never hear of this machine. We never hear of Mr. Löning. I don't know what happened. There was another one which is called Thomas Engel. It's also from Germany. And in the year 2013, he presented a machine like that in a German newspaper, Frankfurter Allgemeine Zeitung, which is a very famous newspaper. And I don't think that newspapers are writing a report about something which is not working. I think they prove very accurate whether what they are writing is really working. And they say, no, it was really working. It was working. And what he was doing, maybe almost the same. He was rotating one magnet or some magnets at a specific time. That he was able also to generate a rotation. You remember Mr. Lülling, he was moving it backwards, and Mr. Engel, he was rotating magnets at a specific time, and for this movement he needs 8 milliampere. That means the output of this magnet generator was much higher than the input, much higher. And he said he will give this to mankind. The people can learn from it, they can build it, and he's quite old. And somehow he died shortly after this article. Yeah, when you look this blog, you see that he's died somehow, and we never see the plans again. We never see what he is doing again. I don't know what happened. Okay, this is Mr. Robert Adams of New Zealand. Mr. Robert Adams, he made also somehow a magnet generator, and he wants to present it in the public, and then he was told to destroy his device or he would be killed. What they tell him, when you show this device, we will kill you. But he said, okay, I'm 70 years old, I don't mind. And then he makes exact plans how he was building his machine in here. You can download these plans and try to build it. Yeah, but nothing is easy. But somehow it seems we have enemies of the planet here, on this planet. I don't know, when there are good solutions, they remove these people and so on. That's not good. We are sitting in the same boat. I think it's not good. If we destroy our planet, then we altogether are victims altogether. Okay, this is a new machine now from South Korea, from Infinity SAV. It's a company. I want to show you a movie of this running magnet generator. Yeah, here we see the magnet generator with the neodymium magnet, quite a lot neodymium magnets, and here the electronic, this box, and there are some coils inside. For sure, it's not so easy to get this motor running. Yeah, it's not so easy. Yeah? And it's necessary at specific times to activate, let's say, to deactivate some magnets. You have to make some electronics, some coils. Later on, I can show you the design, how it should be done. Maybe go a little further on, then we can see that it was also connecting here a heater with 2000 watts. Yeah, we have this 2000 watt in here, this fan, all these lamps in here are running on this magnet generator without any external power supply, and he's making 5 kilowatts. He's doing 5 kilowatts, this device. Okay, how is looking now? That's the version now. We see in a very short time he make a lot of improvements. We have GSM now, GPS, yeah, a panel for to monitor it. So they make really a good progress on this magnet generator, and there are already 30,000 people who want to buy it. It says 5 kilowatt, 5 kilowatt. There's another one from Turkey, Muammer Yildiz, and he also make a magnet generator. Let's say in this machine there are only magnets, 280. It's quite a lot. That's quite a lot, yeah. In this machine there is electronic. There is electronic and there are coils. So it's a different construction, different design, and he has not so much magnets in his motor, the MD10. But let's take a look. This was an official presentation of this generator in a, let's say it was a university. He showed this generator is running. This is Mr. Muammer Yildiz. And this is on the left side we see Duarte, and he was running and running and running all the time. Yeah, we can see without stopping. And at the end he was dismounting his device. Hopefully I find it when he was dismounting it. Yeah, here we can see it. We can see it. And the student, they can take a look that there is no battery, that there is no trick, that it's only magnets which is inside this device. And this magnet generator was tested recently at the 5th of July 2019 of this year in Belluno, and the world could see that it was working. This is a generator now. This is a construction of its generator. This is water. It was heating this water, and the output is 7.5 kilowatts. 7.5 kilowatts, and it was running for 6 hours, producing 7.5 kilowatts. That makes 180 kilowatt hour per day. And everybody could see it. So this is evidence, it's a proof that we have energy in abundance. Yeah, that we can take energy out from the ambience by magnets and convert it to energy. Yeah, but it's not the only solution. It's not the only. It's one solution. It doesn't fit to everybody, but it's quite an interesting solution. How does it work? How it is working? This is a neodymium magnet, and we know if we put this magnet to, let's say, a fridge, we need the same energy to remove it. If we put it to the fridge, the same energy to remove it. But if we put it aside like this, much less energy is necessary. So somehow we already have over unity. And what Mr. Professor Klaus Turtur was explaining, or yeah, he said the source of the energy is the universe. The universe. The accelerated expanding universe supplies us with energy somehow, yeah, maybe on the quantum level, and we have this magnet, which is a converter of this energy. It's a space energy converter. Yeah, he gives us a magnetic field, and we can use this magnetic field and get a machine run, as we have seen already before. Yeah, so our neodymium magnets, which are quite powerful, are the converters for the energy of the universe, of the space. And that's quite interesting, I think. Okay, we have seen already how I write down the different versions of this magnet generator can run. If you have time, you can stop it, you can read it. So somehow the trick is to have a pulse from this is a rotor, this is a starter here, a pulse in direction of rotation, and against the rotation you have to remove the magnetic field. You have to remove it, but you can do that. You can remove a magnetic field by coils, for example, or by a shield, or there are many ways to remove the magnetic field and to get this in a continuous rotation movement. Yeah. Also, we see in here, we see the different magnets. North-north, we know north-north makes impulse. Yeah, and this altogether can generate a rotation movement. Here again, it's design, a little bit more in detail, but it takes too much time to go too much in detail. Okay, there are also solid state solutions, like we see in here, to generate. No, it's not to generate energy. Yeah, it's energy is not, there must be a source for the energy. Yeah, there must always be a source for the energy. Energy cannot come from nothing. That's not possible. Yeah, but this one is also converting. It seems converting the energy from the space, from the universe, maybe by the neutrinos, to usable energy for us. Yeah, there are quite a lot of solutions, solid state solutions without a motor. It seems to work. I didn't try it, but they say that it's working. Okay, now we have another way to tap maybe this energy of the universe. Yeah, this is a motorbike, and the motorbike is by Jose Vasquen Guyen, was reconstructed to run on water. 400 kilometers. He was going 400 kilometers with his motorbike. We did this. It's for a fire extinguish. He made this device and modification of this motorbike, and he was going in Uruguay for a longer time. I show you the movie which was coming in the news in Uruguay, showing Mr. Vasquen. Here it is, and he is filling water in the tank. Yeah, and yeah, let's go a little bit forward. We can see here. Let's see this guy filling the water in the tank. It was not 100% water. There was also some gasoline in the water, 20%. And then he was driving around for a long time with his motorbike without breaking down. I don't think that I would go in television and tell rubbish to the people, which is not true, which is lies. If they realize it, then they will threaten me. Yeah, they say you're a liar. So normally, if you're doing that, you show your face, you show your name. I don't believe that you're telling lies. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. Okay, it's not the only one. If it's the only one, I can say, okay, it's not working. There's also another one. This Guyen, he was writing a book about his design, and it was also translated in German. It's available, so everybody can try maybe to make this as well, to redesign the motor to run by water, 80% water. There's another one from Brazil, Ricardo Azevedo. Also, he was redesigning his engine to run on water, and it was running 513 kilometers with 1 liter. That's quite good. That's quite good. In USA as well, water-powered car of Carl Stella. You just Google these names, yeah, you give it in the internet, and then you will find some movies in YouTube. And one from Philippines, Daniel Dingle from Philippines as well. Here we see he's putting the water in the car. And Stanley Meyer did a very good work with his water-powered car. This is Stanley Meyer here, and this car running on water. There are many more people working on this topic because it's quite interesting. Paul Pantone, Walter Jenkins, Daniel Dinge, Uli Schumacher, Dr. Theo Almeida Murphy, and so on. Let's take a look from the film, which is made from Stanley Meyer, because somehow he died soon after that. So this is a remember on him, and if you listen what he's saying.
Use water to run your car.
It's a major breakthrough that will no doubt make motorists happy. And as Ralph Robinson explains, the Pentagon is also showing lots of interest in this project.
Water has always been considered a precious commodity, but Stan Meyer's invention may make it even more valuable. He has developed what's called a water fuel cell. It has taken the place of his old gas tank. The water fuel cell breaks down water molecules into oxygen and hydrogen. The hydrogen is used to run his dune buggy.
I don't care if you use rainwater, well water, city water, ocean water. If you don't have any fresh water, go ahead and use snow. If you don't have any snow available to you, then use salt water because there's no adverse effect to the fuel.
So it sounds good. I think it sounds good. And this is somebody else. He's also going by water with his motorbike. Yeah. And there are some other people here as well on this movie, also running with water with a motorbike. So we see there are heroes, and I think maybe he died from being hero to show that it's possible to run with water. Thank you for now. This should be a short overview over different technologies for a sustainable future. And here are sources where there is more information about this, and also in this below this video there are links where you can find more deep details about that. But there is a second movie with these explanations, backgrounds for these technologies and some more. Thank you. Bye bye.